Hello everyone. So today we are going to learn how to do content filtering in Eventbridge. So what is content filtering? Basically, the last video where we spoke about how do we do a S3 to Eventbridge trigger to Lambda trigger, we just want to add on to it. Suppose you have an S3 bucket which caters to multiple different users, multiple different accounts or something. So you don't need to get an alert or event bridge trigger for all of these resources. Like everything that gets into a bucket, you don't want to get an alert or alarm for that. You want to get an alert or an alarm only when there is a certain type of file uploaded in a particular folder or something. Because we do use a single bucket for many things, but we separate it out by folders, and we also might want to just receive trigger for a certain file type, let's say CSV file. So we're just going to learn how do we do that. This is the AWS resource that I'll be referring to whenever I want to. This is called content filtering in Amazon Eventbridge event patterns. This is quite sufficient, but again, it is a bit complex when you try to do it. So I just want to give you a quick glimpse of what it is, and I'll share you this document for more details. Okay, let's get started. So last time we had written some terraform code to create an S3 bucket. So this is the S3 bucket, S3 event bridge test in YAML vault. Next is the event rule. So we had already created an event bridge rule. If you haven't seen the video, I'll put up a link on the description or on your screen where you can check out the video. How do we do that? And whenever this rule is triggered, like whenever there is any file added in this bucket, this rule gets triggered, and this rule basically calls this particular lambda function. And this lambda function is written in Python. It just says the event got triggered from S3 and it prints out the event. So this is already done and I've already explained in the previous video. Today we are going to see how do we do a content filtering in the same S3 bucket, in the same event bridge. Okay, let's say, so I'll just create a, let's say I'll just upload something. Okay, let's say I want to upload this. I'm just uploading a simple PDF file in the main bucket. This lambda would have been triggered, so let's go and monitor by CloudWatch logs. Okay, we got a log. So this says event got triggered from S3, and that's the event. Okay, I'll put it in a proper JSON format for you guys to visualize it. Format JSON. Okay, it gave me a format. This is how your event basically looks like. It gives you a version, an ID, detail type, source, account, resources, detail, and everything. I have a reason why I wanted to show you this event. If you see, it says that it got triggered from this particular S3 bucket. So resources is this. It also says in the detail section what the bucket name is, what the object is. Basically it says this .pdf file, the size of this file, and yeah, that should be it. So this is what it says. So let's go back and create a folder in it. I'll create a folder. This folder name, let's say, is test. I am not specifying an encryption key right now. Let's say I put a file inside this folder, the same file which I had put it before. Because there is no restriction on a particular folder or anything, so everything that I upload in any folder should be triggered. I put a file inside the test folder. Let's see my logs. Okay, I got another trigger. I will just paste it again. Okay, so there is a small difference if you see. If you see, ignore the time and the IDs, those always changes. But if you see the key, here it was just giving me the .pdf file, but now it is giving me a test, then slash, and then PDF file. So it says that it is under the test folder. Note this. So what we are going to do is, because we want to filter it out, we don't want any trigger for the main file. So what we do in our event bridge rule, so if you see, this is my event bridge rule which says detail bucket. Okay, this is my terraform code. I'll show you in here. Event pattern. Okay, this is my event bridge rule. Basically it says what is the source, detail type, bucket name, and detail. I want to filter out only the particular file. So what I'm doing here, if you noticed, there is a folder which comes like object. Inside that there is a key which gives a test folder. So I'm using the same format to do a filtering. So I've kept the same event pattern which says it should be detail. The event should has something called detail. We already saw detail here. Inside that there is something called object, and inside that there is a key. So yeah, detail inside that object, and inside that there is a key. And here in key, it is giving me the exact value. But now since I want something like a filtering, so I'm giving a idea called prefix should start with test. So I'm saying that basically this key value should start with test, and only then you give me this trigger. Okay, and let's go back to content filtering. This is the main Amazon AWS documentation. So this is how it should be. So if you want that only this time prefix should be there, so these brackets and prefix, this is the format that you should maintain. This is suffix matching, prefix matching. Yeah, this is what we are doing. Okay, we changed our code. Let's do a terraform apply. Okay, so here we see that our event bridge is already applied. Yeah, it is updated here. So let's do this testing. Okay, let's do the testing. So I have two files here, file 1 and file 2. I'll upload this file 1 into the main folder that is inside the bucket, and I'll upload this file 2 in the test folder. Okay, let's see. We are inside the main folder. So let's do an upload here of file 1. Upload. And let's go inside test and do a upload of file 2. So we have basically uploaded both the files. Let's do a check in our lambda function. Okay. Okay, now it got triggered. It's 10:19 in my local time. It is 10:19. Let's see which trigger we got. We got test file 2.pdf. But we didn't get any trigger for file 1. If you see, this is my latest log. We didn't get any trigger for file 1. We just got a trigger for file 2 because we added this thing. And only when the prefix is test, then only you trigger. Similarly, if we want to also check that it should only trigger for dot. No, this is okay. This is how you can restrict that only if you want to upload a file in a certain bucket or a certain folder inside a bucket, then only gets a trigger. This is how you should specify it. You can have your own event bridge trigger for that, and you can specify this. And if you want to restrict on the suffix as well, you can do so. Okay, let's do a suffix matching. So let's see if we want to just get it triggered for .pdf files and we don't want to trigger for .png files, what we should do? Okay, one thing, you cannot do this and think that it will match, like this is an OR condition. Either it will match this or it will match this. This is not an AND condition, so you cannot have like a prefix and suffix both matching at the same time. So it's either of these. So yeah, if you want to do an AND condition, you have to create another event bridge or event bus, or you have to do it, or maybe limit the scope to a certain particular bucket. Yeah, you cannot do both. So let's see if we want to just do a suffix.pdf file, and we do a terraform apply. Please note, there is something is called complex example with multiple matching. So here what it has done is, let's say it is trying to do this prefix matching with US and location anything but US East. So it will match, it will take only the second one, it will not take the first one. So yeah, there is no way you can do an AND matching here. There is only OR available. Yeah, our event got updated with only .pdf files. So let's go back and upload. I have no files in this bucket, and I'll upload both PNG file and .pdf file. So I have uploaded .pdf and .png. Let's see if we get a trigger. We got a trigger. So event got triggered from S3, but only one event, because it's start and end, only one event got triggered, and this is for .pdf. So we didn't get a PNG file trigger. So that's how you can limit it to a particular file like .csv or .parquet or anything. So this is called prefix or suffix matching in Eventbridge. I had a great time explaining this to you guys, and I learned a lot doing this. So let me know if you want to explore some more topics, if you want to see anything else in a particular topic in mind, if you're facing some difficulties anywhere, please let me know and I'll see if I can help. Thank you.